The emotions, the thought of it. I think if I had to go through it again, it'd kill me.
Si hablamos de películas de terror, tenemos uno de los grandes exponentes. Su nombre es James Wan. James, Jaime, hola.
Hi, hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see you and meet one of the greatest horror movie directors of this generation. Tell me, does that fit to you? Do you think about, I'm good doing horror movies?
It's funny, I try not to think about labels like that. Of course, I'm very thankful and I'm very happy when people love my work and love my films, because like any movies that you make, you put your heart and soul into it and you put so much time and effort, and you want people to like your work, and you want people to enjoy the movie, and in the movies I make, they're supposed to be fun, and so if people have a great time watching it, then I feel like I've done my job.
Yeah, you did your job. You've been doing it.
There's somebody in here! Open it! Help me!
For some generations have grown watching horror movies, and this time, these generations and all the generations are at it again. Because they're growing. What do you think is the secret? Why do people like to get scared when they go to the movie theater? And why it has changed? Because now we know everything. We go to internet. Oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not that scary. How has it been, this transition?
It's been incredible because you're right. Today's younger audiences and audiences in general are so familiar with all the tricks, and that they're so accustomed to watching movies in general, and that they're so educated now. Trying to stay ahead of an audience today. An audience today is different to an audience that was 10 years ago, or an audience that was 20 years ago, or 30 years ago. I mean, audiences have come such a long way, and yes, it gets harder and harder to scare them, or harder and harder to thrill them.
Yeah.
And I guess that's part of my job. It keeps me on my toes. It means that I look at the challenge and I go, okay, this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, and I just try to find new ways to try and stay ahead of the audience. I try to look at it like I go, okay, I'm an audience as well. I go to see a movie, I look at it and go, that is scary, or that is not scary. What would I do to make that scary? As an audience, I go, I see that, but what can I do to make it more different? And that is something that I think I apply to all my scary movies and my action film as well.
Yeah.
To try and come up with things that is a bit more unique.
We keep doing this. You're going to die.
There's something great about The Conjuring, because when it came out, many people were looking, oh, this was real. Or was it real?
Right.
That's the question that even though I saw the movie yesterday and I was scared, I get to my hotel room and I look up, oh yeah, this really happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why the Conjuring films have this extra layer of authenticity to them because of the fact that they're based on these real life characters, and they're real people that you do your research and they're everywhere, and so they I don't know, they just give it that extra layer of specialness, and I think people love true life stories, and especially if it's a scary true life story, you're watching
that it might happen to you.
Yeah, exactly, and especially if you're spiritual as well, if you're religious and you believe in that world, then like The Exorcist, when that came out many years ago, right, in the early 70s, people were terrified because especially the Catholic population, because that is very Catholic based, and because it hits close to something that you believe in. And I think The Conjuring plays on in a very similar world.
An oppressing spirit will try to force you to commit the ultimate sin.
And what's that?
Murder, suicide, or both.
For El Conjuro, as we call it in Spanish, it's based on something that it probably was real. When you were researching, did you have sometime any doubt that this was real, was this made up, or did you just go with the flow and tell the story as a storyteller?
Well, I mean, I definitely, as just as a normal human being, you do that. Your brain works in two ways, right? You have the part that believes in the story or wants to believe, and then you have the other part that kind of go, wait a minute, that is a bit skeptical, and so it's good that my brain, asks those questions because those questions I try to put it into number two, into this movie, because I know people ask the same kind of questions that I have as well. We have the same kind of skepticism and for me, as a director, as a filmmaker, I wanted to address, the things that make people go, that cannot be real.
You believe us, don't you?
Sensing a presence?
I'm not sensing anything.
All I can sense is their own fear.
What were the hardest parts for you to shoot this time? Or the one that you think that might scare you and the audience the most?
Well, I think the biggest challenge for me with this movie is
And by the way, I love the girl. She was great.
Oh, the young girl.
Yeah, the
there?
young girl. She was beautiful and scary.
Yeah, she's great. I'm so lucky that all the actors in this movie are fantastic, and I also think that's the reason too why the movie works so well is because all the actors are so believable. You really believe in your story, and you really believe in the characters that they play, and I think that's the big difference between making a movie that works and or ones that are less effective. But no, the biggest challenge for me with number two is trying to live up to the expectations of number one. Yeah, everyone loved number one so much, and everyone found it so scary that I have to try and stay one step ahead.
Yeah. Do you get scared often?
Very easily, yes.
What? No, you didn't. He's the master. Gracias, James. It's a pleasure.
Gracias, thank you so much. Thank you.